Hi, this is Debbie Sorrentino, the instructor for the class. I just wanted to take some time to show you around our course a little bit and show you how you can be successful in this course. And that is always my goal, is that my students are successful in the course. I've taught this course for over a decade online, and I think it's a good online course, but as with any online course, it's focused on the student, so you're really responsible for doing the work yourself based on the course schedule, and I'm always willing to help. Okay, so let's get started. When you enter our course on the home page, you'll always see any announcements that are here, and generally they're longer than one line, so I'll often say, click here to read more, which will bring you into the full announcement. Also, it's very important in an online class that I am able to communicate with you. I will be using email. You can send me an email if you have any questions for me, but if I have questions or concerns, I'll also send you an email. So it's really important that you're checking your T-Wolves email frequently, at the very minimum 3 times a week, and probably more would be better. I have also here information on the Open SUNY support services, the help desk. If you need any help with Blackboard, you can call them, or you can submit a help desk request. They're very helpful. And also all of the NCCC policies that you need to be aware of, the disability disclosure statement, the students' rights and responsibility, computer usage, academic integrity policy that explains how you're not allowed to cheat, as well as plagiarism. Attendance for online courses. We do have to count attendance for the purposes of the state and financial aid. So you're actually submitting work in this class on certain dates will give me your attendance. So that's just the home page every time you enter the class. And I've also in several places talked a little bit initially about making sure that you take the SUNY orientation. If this is your first online course, you should take the time to do it because it'll save you a lot of time in the long run, and that is located up here in the Resources and Policy tab and the Open SUNY orientation right here. So I'm going to go back to our course. So that's a little bit about the home page. Over here is the menu that we use all the time. I've talked about the home page. You should have already been here. Click here to get started. And this tells you a little bit about how to start the course, and the fact that you should read the academic integrity policy and take the quiz at the end and complete the student identification verification process. And also it tells you at least 3 times a week you should check your announcements, your email, and your course calendar, which I'll talk a little bit about. This is the course information documents, and you should have read these all. If you have not, start doing that immediately. I'm not going to reread all of them to you, but I'm going to talk about a few things. Textbook and required materials. I've spent a lot of time trying to find the cheapest version of how you can get the textbook. So you can get it in the bookstore if you want. Here is the textbook option. You could get an ebook version if you want, and here's the cost for that. If you would like to, you can go directly to Pearson Education and you can get what you need for $93. It's important, don't purchase it elsewhere. The book, whether it's a hardcover book or an e-text, comes packaged with an access code for My Programming Lab, which you are required to use. It is used for graded assignments. You have to have this. So this is the only way you should be getting the course materials, no other way. And you need to get your materials as soon as possible. You can't wait until 4 or 5 weeks into the class. That is not going to work for this class. If you have any questions on this, you can always let me know. So that's very important. Okay. Change this so it'll be a little easier for you guys to see. The course schedule, everything is based on this schedule, so this page is very important. You should have a copy of this or a picture of this somewhere so you know what's going on. You'll see every module is pretty much set up the same. On Fridays, you'll have a discussion response and an assignment due. The following Monday, there'll be projects due, and you generally have 2 weeks to work on a module. And then, oh, I'm sorry, let me change this. So my first module is a little different. So let me just say on Fridays, you'll have a discussion posted and an assignment due. On Monday, you'll have to have a response to a different student's post. Tuesdays will be projects, and Wednesdays will be quizzes. All the dates are here. Very important. Discussions, assignments, and quizzes are not accepted late, ever. So you have to make note of that. Your projects, because sometimes people need extra help or extra time, are accepted late, but there is a 10% late penalty for every day it is late. I'm sorry, 5%. And all that information is explained in the course grading policy. And again, you should have completed this assignment on academic integrity. You should have completed this assignment on the student identification verification, and you can let me know if you have questions on any of those things. So every time you go into class, basically most of the information that we have here is in our learning modules. Right now, you won't see anything. As the course begins, you'll start to see stuff. Here you'll see that I have some, these folders are hidden from you, but you will see, like our first module, you'll see this first folder, Introduction to Programming, opening. Open, and then you'll just enter the folder and you'll start working on the information that's located in the folder. So when this opens on the first day of class, when you do go into this, there will be a video that you need to watch, and that'll explain the layout of each of our modules in this course. So let's see, over here, My Programming Lab, this just links you to the My Programming Lab website. So it's just an easy way to get there from within the course. In our first module, Introduction to Programming, there'll be step-by-step instructions on how to register for My Programming Lab and how to get enrolled in our course. The course calendar, when you see mine right now, there is not anything in it, but every time a module opens, this calendar will be populated with due dates. So when you enter the course, you can always come in here and you can look at the due dates for that module. If you want all the overall due dates for the whole entire semester, you need to go back to the course information folder. Announcements, this is just an easier way to look at all the announcements and scroll through them. It looks a little bit nicer than it does on the home page. This Ask a Question section, it's just a place you can come in here. You can post a question for me if you have something that you think the other students might benefit from as well. It's a little tricky because you do have to go back and check this section for the answer. So that can be a little tricky sometimes for students, but please feel free to ask a question here if you'd like. Send me an email. I will be in this class, at least 5 days a week. So if you have any questions, ask. My grades, you can always click on this. I can't show you anything because I don't get grades, but your grades will always be kept up to date, so you should know where you stand in this class. This resources and facts folder is not open right now, but I will start to populate it with things that you need. So probably by the time the first day of class opens, some information will be in here, like configuring your T-Wolves so you can forward it to a mobile device or a different email address, so you're always getting your correspondence from me. And there's other things that'll be out here as well, including how you can find me on campus if you happen to be around. We also have a technical assistant that works on campus, and I'll have their hours posted. There is an e-learning student support, you'll see here, and they have really a lot of good information for online learners. And if you need help, you can go there. And there's also a Blackboard help link. Okay, so the most important thing in this class is that if you were to take this in the classroom, you'd be in the classroom 4 hours per week. It's a 4-credit-hour course. And in addition to that, the students would probably be expected to spend another 4 to 8 hours on work outside. So that is, a minimum, an absolute minimum of 12 hours per week in this course. Sometimes students say to me, oh, I can't figure anything out, I really feel lost. And then I can go online and I can see how much time they spent in the course, and I see they're spending like an hour a week. You certainly cannot be successful that way. So you need to make sure that you're spending a sufficient amount of time in our class. If I give you, like 7 to 9 days before an assignment is due, it's because you're supposed to be doing the work during that time. Don't wait until the due date and think you're going to be able to go through the material and understand everything and get your projects and assignments in. It really won't work that way. So I'm here to help you. Any questions at all, please feel free to let me know, but most importantly, get started working on the course. Work diligently from the beginning of the module until the due dates, and submit your work on time. Again, any questions, contact me.